What's up, dog?
Hi, Benny.
How's it going, Rebecca?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Thanks for coming on. And we're drinking spiced apple tea.
It's so good. It's really warm. It's putting me in the September mood.
Yeah, you were just saying it's got cozy vibes.
Yeah. Fall, I think, is where we all thrive. It's one of my favorite months.
No, definitely. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite?
Summer in New York City is so bad. Do you agree?
I would say I dislike it here a lot in the summer. It's like
It's
you
disgusting.
get the heat, and then I feel like the redeeming qualities of summer aren't here as much. Like a lot of the like pops of like you don't get to see a million fireflies or whatever, the pops of nature in the same way.
Right. Yeah. You definitely you're definitely just really humid all the time.
Yeah.
Unlike fall,
Which is crisp.
zero moisture in the air.
And then the fall rain is good too, even.
Ugh,
just like
so
a vibe.
good.
Smells good.
Yesterday it was raining. So good.
Oh yeah, it didn't rain enough for me.
Really?
Well,
Because you were indoors.
No, I was in the rain for a minute, and then I went inside, and then it like stopped immediately. I don't know. I wanted it to keep raining while I was inside to make it like feel correctly worth it. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. Do you have a good like rain gear setup?
Like no, I do not. I just whatever shoes I'm wearing, whatever outfit I'm wearing.
No umbrella, no raincoat.
I have a coat. It's not like a dedicated raincoat, and it's got holes in it, so I won't get wet. Do you have a good setup?
Oh yeah, that's important. I got a good Columbia rain jacket. It's camo. I think camo is coming back. I got a bright yellow umbrella.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I think bright yellow is a color for rain fashion for some reason.
It is. I was thinking like you got the rainbow slickers and the rainbow jacket.
Yeah.
The rainbow. Yeah. Oh, not rainbow. I'm sorry. Rain. Jacket, rain slip.
Yeah.
Fuck it, they're both yellow.
They could be rainbow
Not
too.
rainbow. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm like iridescent.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. We've got a fashion line coming.
I like when people have the clear ones. You could kind of make a clear one and get a little oil slick vibe in there. Make it rainbow but still clear.
Fishbowl. That's something
Fishbowl.
I've only seen in New York City. I've never seen a clear umbrella anywhere else.
Really?
I don't know if it exists outside.
I
I
saw
don't know
them
if
in
you're
Philly.
allowed to have it. Oh, you did? You saw it in Philly?
I would say
Damn.
specifically in the Chinatown. I wonder if it's because I think it's an imported thing. It's like a Japanese one or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's. Is that? I don't know. I'm just making that up. I'm just no idea.
No one knows where the clear umbrella came from. We just don't have the tools to find out.
It was raining and they wanted to check, but they didn't want to get wet.
Yeah.
So they
wanted to
invented
make
the clear
sure.
umbrella so they could tell whether it was raining or not.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that.
There's no other way to know.
No.
Yep. What's your ideal outfit for the rain? Like, is it the one you have, or is like
outfit for the rain? I would get a raincoat that might be a little bit more rain permeable, because there's like
you trying to get wet? Is that what you're saying?
no impermeable.
Oh, gotcha.
God, I'm an idiot. Because there's like rain repellent and then there's like rain resistant, right? So I think mine's more like rain resistant than repellent.
Oh.
So I would get like a thicker raincoat.
It doesn't like
Long.
slick it right off. It like
No, it like it puddles a little bit.
ew.
Yeah.
I feel
Ew.
you. Yeah, I think mine does that.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think that would be good. I think like a knee-length coat, like, to keep the legs dry, because the thighs are always getting wet in the rain.
Yeah, the biggest issue is where do you put your phone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm always like, I've got a rain-ish jacket on, but my the pockets for that are like weird and like open.
They're full of water.
Yeah, I'm like, if I put my phone there, it's still getting wet,
Yeah. Yeah, that is a big mystery as well. I keep my phone in my bag. I have a bag. I carry around bags or pockets.
Rainproof?
No, but it tends to be okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And if it gets a little wet, it's whatever. It's good for the phone,
I feel they make phones these days that are fine with water.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't care.
I don't know what the hell, you know what I mean? You can drop your phone in water these days. And
Yeah,
it fucking
who cares?
Just gotta like let it dry out.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was like a death sentence.
I know. I did actually lose a phone that way because it fully got in water, and then I tried to dry it in rice, and the rice got stuck in like the charging port, and then it just
Oh no.
it was a lost cause.
What fucking are you clumsy with your phones, or are you pretty like like was that an accident, or was that like I mean
no,
of course
no, that was on
purpose,
purpose.
yeah. Was that
I was trying to get the
a
life insurance. I would say I could definitely be like a clumsy person. I think I'm kind of like absent-minded. Like I tend to forget things, tend to like be a little clumsy, you know?
I know what you yeah.
You familiar with the concept of clumsiness?
Oh yeah. Well,
How about you?
Well, I know my sister's like always dropping shit.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping shit as much, but I am I'm flailing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'll toss something by accident. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, I think like I don't know. I think my family we're a pretty like absent-minded group of people. Like there was an instance where my brother forgot his keys. My brother lives the apple spice strikes back. Yeah, my brother like forgot his keys, and then like my mom had to get him, but like she forgot her keys, and then it was this whole ordeal, and then like they left the lights on in the car, so the battery died, and they had to get AAA, but like, the phone was dying. It was like this whole ordeal.
Oh shit.
So
like
I think it's like genetic. Yeah.
Fucking I was like imagining, you know that thing where it's a staircase eternally downward or whatever?
Yeah.
It's that, but it's like some sort of cycle of everything's out of battery.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does
exactly.
that make sense? Like a battery that's infinitely charging down. Oh something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. What's your favorite like illusion?
My favorite illusion?
Illusion or what's your favorite mind trick?
Oh, good question.
That staircase one is good.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I thought you said, what is your favorite illusion, like with an A? Like
I don't even know what that means off the top of my head.
I feel
like alluding to something.
Yeah, like
but I forget what alluding means. Like implying something.
Right. There was a political thing about alluding.
That
okay. Anyway,
what's your favorite like mind trick?
I mean, you know, the classic. Like, is it two profiles or is it a vase?
Oh, true. Yes. Any of the ones where it's like,
like, is it a rabbit or is it a duck?
Or
you know,
an old woman or a young woman.
Right.
It's like disrespectful.
Is it a beautiful woman or the ugliest woman you've ever seen? Yeah, those were big. Those are big in like elementary school and stuff.
Yeah, for me, is it a beautiful woman or is it another beautiful woman?
Oh wow,
That's how
feminist.
I feel about it. Yeah.
Every woman is beautiful. So true.
Is it a vase or two beautiful whole people?
Is it a vase or a beautiful vase?
I like the duck and the rabbit one. It's like
it's
like classic Looney Tunes. So it's like duck season, rabbit season, but it's like on both sides of the it's like duck season, rabbit season. It's like the same image both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really puts you in a position of trying to figure out whose side to be on in the Looney Tune universe.
Or it's it's like the Looney Tunes. It's duck season, rabbit season, but it's a guy that has a hat that says MILF Hunter, and it's the picture of the young woman and the old woman, and it's like, is it MILF hunting season or young woman hunting season?
And they're just hunting in a staircase that goes infinitively downwards. Did we do it?
We did it. We combined all the
incredible.
And there's the one where it's like the elephant doesn't have all the legs.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's some sort of drawing where they like the bottom of the elephant's legs or some drawing.
Oh, you'll have to show me that one later.
Yeah.
It's just a photo of like an elephant like horrifically like butchered without its legs, and you're like, look at this cool illusion.
It's just like it's dead. Just doesn't have its tusks sawed off.
Yeah, it's just a dead elephant.
The tusks are invisible. Is what I think it is. It's like obviously poached. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot of the illusions are optical.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. We had the Yanny and Laurel one that was like.
Oh, would you call that an illusion?
It was.
I guess so. Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
But because it's sort of that split of do people
the blue dress, gold dress.
Definitely, but that's still visual, right? But I guess you're right. That is so similar to.
Were you a part of that culture? Were you like really into that?
No, not really into it.
Experience.
Did you have a at the time were you working in an office? Because that was like. So I think it's humor you can talk about at the workplace.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which is so good.
Yes.
So good to have.
Yeah.
One time I told my coworkers that my favorite show was Breaking Bad because I was like, that's a show that people at offices know about. And like, like that's something they can latch onto, even though I fully haven't seen an episode of Breaking Bad in like since it came out.
Oh,
like
wow.
8 years or something.
Yeah, lying to your coworkers is a big in order to fit in appropriately. What would you if they asked you what your favorite show is and you had to answer for real?
For real, I mean, I think my favorite show is Bojack Horseman.
Oh, word. Okay.
Is that okay to say on this podcast?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm curious why. Because I assume you saying is that okay to say on this podcast? I'm curious because like I'm sure you know the criticism of it.
Oh, tell me the criticism.
Well, people are like they're like, oh, I didn't know what depression was until the TV horse told me or something. Not to be rude. I do like that show. I watched.
Well, there is also the criticism like about Alison Brie voicing a Vietnamese person.
Oh, true.
Okay, I didn't know about that criticism. I just think I like the animation, and I think it allows for like a lot of like really silly, stupid jokes, but along like a really good story. Like I'm just really like, invested in the story.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did like it a lot.
And the characters.
I think I stopped watching because I got really into it and was really into it watching it with an ex. And then when we broke up, it was like, oh, I watched that show with this specific person. And it's like, now it's like, oh, I don't want to watch the show about being sad that makes me actually sad. You know what I mean?
100%. That's a perfect reason not to watch it anymore.
But I did really enjoy it. It's a good vehicle for two types of jokes of like actual social jokes and then dumb jokes where it's like Airbud Airport. You know
Yeah, I like it. I rewatch it a lot. But I didn't think my coworkers could handle that. It's too edgy.
That's true. It's too spicy for you.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd be worried about you?
Yeah, they would have to call. They would have to call HR on me. No, I don't know.
If you were in the Bojack Horseman world, I'm not asking what your furry is or spirit animal or anything, but specifically in the Bojack Horseman universe, what type of animal would you be?
Oh, wow. I've never thought about this question. If you have one on the top of your head, you can say. Otherwise, I'll take...
I don't know at the top of my head. Maybe lizard or something?
I don't know. Yeah, lizard could be good. I don't know. Maybe like...
Oh, I was going for lizard. Lizard for myself. I wasn't projecting on you.
No, I know.
Lizard for you?
Oh, no. I'm just saying lizard is good for you.
Oh, I see.
That's a good one for you. I was thinking, like, I guess the first thing that came to mind was, like, a krill.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
For truly no reason other than that. They're so crazy looking.
I could definitely see that. That's
or, like,
fun.
a crawfish or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's really cool. I like that. I saw one of the last episodes I saw was, like, they went to some sort of underwater city and they couldn't speak. Yeah. It was all silent. That was really interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the renowned episodes.
That was cool. Yeah.
I always skip it because I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Because I like put it on to like do dishes or like do chores. Now that it's like I've seen it so many times, it's just kind of like background noise. So I have to put on one with dialogue so I can like work on other things while it's on.
How do you feel about the criticism that I was given before? Can
you explain it more?
I think it's a I really like Rick and Morty, for example.
Yeah.
And that gets a lot of criticism for trying to look smart, I think. Which is maybe fair. I mean, I would think that is fair.
Yeah.
The criticism I think for Bojack Horseman is that, but for trying to be deep about specific things. Mm-hmm. And I think some people find it
like contrite or
preachy in some capacity. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see how people would feel that. I guess like, right, because like the protagonist is like a really fucked up man who's a horse, and it's like, yeah, like either you're gonna be sympathetic towards him or you're gonna be like, no, I can't be sympathetic towards like this really disturbed person horse.
They make it hard. They make it tricky.
Yeah,
because he's like.
Yeah, he does a lot of bad things.
He's also like a former star and all this stuff where it's like not really relatable immediately to the audience.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think like, I think it's just like a matter of taste, and I like that didn't bother me, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't bother me either. And same for like Rick and Morty, where it's
right.
like, when I see them doing that, I'm like, okay, I get how that's annoying people, but
Yeah.
I'm still just watching for the other elements of it. I like
Right.
jokes. You know what I mean? I like story. I like
Hey guys,
actual
I'm
story,
just here
but-
for the jokes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I get it though. I get it.
What's your most-
And I respect them, and I hope we can all come to the table one day and eat together.
Do you have a show that you know is, or do you have something that you like that you know is generally disliked? Like.
You're just trying to cancel me.
I'm trying to cancel you. I'm so sorry. I'll see if I have something
Yeah.
in that vein.
Something that I like that is generally disliked by other people.
Something that you want to champion, maybe. Like
Okay.
to rephrase it more positively. Not
Yeah.
as let's gang up on Rebecca
I
and
was
make
like,
fun of her.
here are all the problematic people
No,
I
no,
used
no.
to be a fan of.
No, something that you're like, people are either even if it's something that people are just sleeping on, or like people need to take another look at.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, I really love like old rom-coms, you know? I don't think people are really sleeping on them or anything,
No,
but maybe they're sort of not taken as seriously as like other kinds of movies.
I definitely see that. People don't
But-
appreciate the rom-com
Yeah.
correctly, you think?
Maybe. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes,
Yes.
for the sake
Yeah,
of
hell
this
yeah.
conversation, yes.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. What do you think people get wrong about the rom-com? Or what do you think of the disconnect is?
I think it's probably like soft misogyny, where it's like the story about like love or like a female lead is not really like seen as important as like, I don't know, like a movie like Gladiator, which is also like a soap opera, you know? Yeah, I went there.
Oh shit.
Take that, Gladiator fans from 2000. Fuck you.
That's great.
Yeah, that's probably it. You know, but they're just like, they're really fun and like they're good movies, and you know, they provide a lot of comfort to a lot of people.
No, I mean that makes complete sense. The soft misogyny is seems definitely to be the
Yeah, it
forefront
might not
idea.
be even as soft. It could
Yes.
even be hard misogyny.
Yeah, people are like, because people will literally say like, "Oh, rom-coms are gay," and like straight out, flat out reject it, or
Yeah.
call it just be literally sexist about it. You know,
Totally.
straightforward.
And a lot of them also are sexist themselves.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
They're very traditional narratives,
exactly.
and so it's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
It's so it's kind of tricky to have a good. It's tricky to have a good rom-com that is both like empowering correctly. But also well, I mean, it's not, you don't want to I was going to say and not putting off those other guys, but fuck them, so it's like
Yeah.
you can still have it be any flavor of
I would definitely say like fuck them.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
yeah, it is hard to be like,
I'm a pick me guy. Yeah, I like rom-coms when they're good, or I don't know.
and I like cars. Yeah. Okay. What was
get really
what
into
were you
horses.
saying?
The idea, it's like, what if there was a is there a rom-com?
Balancing all the elements.
Yeah, yeah.
Of like, yeah. I mean, I think like, you know, I guess I'm thinking of like all these like old like Amanda Bynes movies, like Sydney White or like She's the Man or What a Girl Wants. Do you know these
I'm
these
familiar.
ones?
She's the Man I am familiar with, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, like that's an interesting example to me because like Amanda Bynes is playing this girl who in some ways is like rejecting traditional like feminine tropes. Like, you know, she's really good at sports and like all her friends are guys, or like she was raised by her dad and like all the construction workers and like knows how to use a hammer, and
wow. Yeah.
the ultra feminine girl is often portrayed as like an enemy in those movies. And I think that's like a good like container for all of those different questions that we're bringing up, you know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's playing into the not like other girls trope.
Yeah. But she's
But
also
it's interesting
like,
to see a different lane.
yeah, but I think she's also like the protagonist because she's like kind to everyone and that kind of thing. I don't know, I'm kind of losing my train of thought, but
So it's both good. It's both. So in that circumstance, it is good that at least shows a diverse set of world, but at the same time, it's also still playing into certain stuff that's like making fun of women for doing
right, like this girl sucks because all she cares about is clothes or something.
We need a perfectly crispy, clean, fucking the most perfect woke rom-com in the world.
And it will be so watchable.
It's so
and
watchable.
everyone will love it.
Yeah.
And Netflix will give me $1 million for this idea, which may be low in today's economy, but I'm not sure.
It's a guy he's a political activist, and he
drops his flyers in the sewer, and then a woman who lives in the sewer,
out of choice,
of course. Yeah.
And she's a rat person.
And she's a rat. And this exists in
Yep.
Bojack Horseman. Hell yeah. Oh my God, did it again. I'm so good at looping the narrative together.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
If you were to write a rom-com, they would start off together and then break up and have to fall in love again.
Yeah.
And that would be like, that's a perfect narrative loop to go, oh, this is the same people that were together at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. It's just it's actually just a TikTok, and it like is edited so it loops perfectly back together. Like the last line is like the first line of the movie,
Yeah.
and it just loops over.
Whenever they do that, I like that they do it, but I'm also like, hey, listen, we know you're doing the trick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
you're
like,
not fooling
you're not-
anyone.
Like I remember seeing you say this. It's been 10 seconds. I'm not like, oh, is there more?
And everyone in the comments is like, perfect loop. And it's like all this new terminology. Perfect loop.
Nice loop.
Yeah.
I like it when it's a visual loop. If it's like a thing falling and it bounces and then it like lands in the same spot repeatedly or something.
Are
Like if
you
something
on
like-
TikTok?
I'm on TikTok. Yeah, I like TikTok.
What's in your algorithm?
Fucking a lot of food stuff.
Me
Chef
too.
reactions.
I love food stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Fucking I dehornified it. Because like when you log in initially, it is horny because that's like the base level algorithm doesn't know you yet,
Yeah.
and you have to go. I do not want to watch teens dancing until it goes. All right, here's old Japanese men doing karate in the park, and
And you're like, this is my speed.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I get like, in terms of horny TikTok, I would get sometimes like people who just like, you know, do the point and then like text appear, and it's like, if you have a praise kink, have him say this, and then they just like point, and then like different phrases come up.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff's cool.
I don't get that as much anymore. You know, I don't watch that. Actually, I don't watch that, so no worries.
It's funny that these little patterns and stuff that like, people aren't. People our age aren't talking about this as much. Where it's like, oh, I've seen that exact video type. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, or the looping thing, and it's like, how many of all the people walking around that we know are fully aware of all these weird niche patterns happening on a social media app, and are going like, huh, that's a thing, and we all know it.
Yeah.
And nobody's, you know what I mean?
I know, it's really crazy. Like, we have this new, like, language. It's It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy and scary.
I feel like I'm out of the loop for the Be Real. I'm not on Be Real.
I'm not on Be Real.
And I'm wondering, like,
should we join it right now?
Am I gonna miss some sort of like new, like narrative and like new, all these small interactions that people are learning?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But when you like aren't online for something, like if you like miss a trend on Twitter and people are talking about it, like, do you feel sad that you aren't able to like contribute, or do you feel happy that you don't know about it? Because I'm feeling kind of happy that I'm not on Be Real, because I feel like it would fuel my phone addiction.
Oh, interesting.
Don't you? Because you have to like be tied to your phone until you get like a notification.
Oh yeah, I thought it was. Oh, it's just like one time of the day or something?
Yeah, but it changes every day. People who are listening who have Be Real are like, that's not what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be one more time of the day that I would definitely check my phone. So you are correct in that. Are you? Well, here's the thought: is phone addiction? Is it bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's bad.
All the experts have said it is. I'm not
You
gonna
mean
like.
for
I don't have
me?
anything new to weigh in with my podcast.
For me or in general?
For you, I guess we'll go with you. Yeah. In general, bad. For you, how are you handling it?
That's your like slept upon thing that you want to champion. You're like, I champion phone addiction.
Honestly, I like the phone. I think it's just a fucking rectangle full of information. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah, I love my phone.
Yeah, it's great. I'm addicted to learning all day. Cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using it very much for learning.
Well, but even if you're just on Twitter, I always feel like I'm learning stuff, just social patterns, and I really enjoy that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I would say mine is bad, but it's not at this time crippling, which I'm thankful for.
What would that be? Like if you were
cripplingly addicted to my phone?
Like like what would that look like?
Well, I haven't really been like posting a ton on social media as of late. Like I haven't been like posting that much on Instagram or Twitter, and like when I do, I just I'm like checking it all the time. Like you're tweeting a lot, which is good. Called out.
Yeah, shot right in the dome.
And I think that's good, and I should be tweeting more, but I like whenever I post, I'm just like on it, and like since I haven't been posting very much, I don't have that like dopamine need to check and like see like notifications.
Oh, it's definitely a loop where if I have a tweet and I'm getting notifications for the tweet, I'll go on Twitter to tweet. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like that?
I do like that. I actually when I say notifications for Twitter, I only get them when I log in. I have it turned off. Otherwise, I don't. Like if somebody likes something, I won't notice until I open Twitter.
Yeah, mine's turned off too. But you can open it so easily.
Yeah.
Like you're checking it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Right.
All the time. Yeah. I love tweeting.
And you're like, I love tweeting. What can I say?
It's just a joke. It's just you get to write jokes. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? It's just a joke platform.
That is what it is. And for some reason, it's still really hard for me. I'm like, ugh. Twitter. But I'm going to be held accountable by this podcast. I'll tweet more.
Yeah, you gotta tweet more.
I'll do it. I'll tweet more, guys. Sorry.
Do you feel like how would it affect your life in other ways if you're on your phone worse? Like the idea of crippling phone addiction where it's messing up other areas of your life. Like, is it like increased like loneliness or something? Like what is the issue? What is it getting in the way of?
I think it's getting in the way of like me feeling good about myself. I'm doing a lot of like comparison on social media and like being like, oh, look at what this person has. Like I don't have it. And that makes me feel, like bad about myself or whatever. Or like, yeah, like lonely, like feeling left out or whatever. If I like see something happening and I'm not there.
Yeah, I get crazy FOMO.
Yeah. I get FOMO too.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think just like not checking it as much because I'm not posting as much has like sort of allowed me to like distance myself a little bit. Yeah.
That's smart. I don't watch as many Instagram stories because they do give me FOMO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like sometimes like Sunday morning or like Saturday morning, I'm like, okay, don't check Instagram because it's like going to make you feel bad.
And you're like, oh, all of my friends at a bowling alley. And I'm like, but, you know, it's cool.
Wow, that sounds real. That sounds like it was a real thing that happened.
Well,
huh?
I think, you know, it came to mind because it was my friends in Philly. But it's like, that's kind of, that one's a weird one where it's like, of course my friends in Philly aren't inviting me to go bowling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's, so it's cool to see them having fun together. But I'm also like, damn, like, I wish it's tricky. I've made so many friends now in New York that I'm happy to be in New York.
Yeah.
But I do really miss a lot of my old friends back there.
Yeah. It's hard because like you moved and you have like two whole different like friend groups.
Two worlds now.
Two worlds.
Where'd you move from?
I've been here for 10 years, but I'm from Massachusetts originally.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Western?
Eastern
Boston?
suburbs of Boston.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Fucking, and you went to school here. You went to NYU?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. 10 years.
I know.
By
Isn't
God.
isn't that absolutely crazy?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Are you going to go to your 10-year reunion for
high school?
High school? Did that already happen for you?
Oh, no. I think that's next year, actually.
Mine's in 2 months.
Oh, my God. Are you going to go?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Really?
There's a lot of people I really want to see. We actually had a 5-year.
I had a 5-year. Yeah.
Did you go to that?
I did go to that.
I don't know if maybe you'll agree to this, but like, I felt like people really chilled out. Like, some people, there's no beef anymore.
Yeah.
Anybody that I had like beef with in high school, it's like, that was high school, dude. You know what I mean? That's fucking 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some people I still, you know what I mean, wouldn't be stoked to see, but it's not like it matters. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, absolutely. I had this like weird moment at my 5-year high school reunion where this girl who I like wasn't friends with was like, we were having a conversation and then I like excused myself and she was like, "Are you leaving because you don't want to talk to me anymore?"
What'd you say? Like,
I was
yes?
like, "Yeah, we weren't friends." Like,
oh, wow.
We were never friends.
What did she say to that? Is that?
I think that was the end. That was the end of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apart from that insane drama, people have definitely chilled out.
Well, honestly,
yeah.
well, kind of the opposite interaction where I met somebody, like some people who I wasn't friends with in high school, but now the time of 5 years, we were like, hey, we would never really interacted, but like I always thought you seemed cool. I like that you wore. Like, there's this one guy who like wore like pants that like he would like paint himself.
Oh, that
and we
is
weren't
cool.
we weren't friends, but I was like, hey man, I loved the pants you used to wear. I never told you. You know what I mean? So it was like cool to have that.
Sometimes you like only become friends with your high school friends like after you graduate and you're no longer in that context.
Did you have that with some people too?
Yeah. A few people who like moved to New York, like moved to the city.
Same college or just happened to move to New York?
Just like after they graduated college, they moved here and like seeing them. Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay, so NYU to
Okay.
comedy pipeline is huge. I was thinking, do you have anybody from your high school area, like comedy pipeline?
Like, is anyone from my graduating class or from my high school doing comedy now?
From your area, yeah. They're like anybody you knew from before, and then I'll ask about NYU because that's got to be so weird.
I don't know if people from my high school are doing comedy. Probably. We had like an improv team on it. So that was fun. I did that.
That's lucky. Improv in high school. Sometimes I hear people did that. I'm always so jealous. That sounds so fun.
It was really good. I'm really glad that I was able to do that. Yeah, I don't know who, but okay, you know who is from my hometown is Pete Holmes.
Oh, really?
And Rachel Dratch.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's such a specific.
I know.
That's cool. That's
two randos who are very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a Jewish area?
Yeah,
I was
it
gonna
is
say,
a
you
Jewish
and Rachel
area.
Dratch are both from the same area.
That's right. Two out of
three of those people were
people are
Jewish.
Jewish, so it's
Yeah.
a very Jewish
That's
area.
like, I was wondering.
No, it is fairly Jewish. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if anyone from my high school is anyone from your high school doing comedy.
Oh, absolutely not. but definitely from my college, there's like a couple of people in Philly,
Yeah.
but not in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But you went to NYU,
Mm-hmm.
which is like a massive comedy pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel?
So now
what's that vibe like?
Now I know I was asked on the podcast to
What,
get into
to
get into the NYU drama. No.
Oh, is there? I mean,
No, there's no
don't know.
drama.
Spill the beans.
Spill the beans.
Spill the beans. Why?
So what was it like to do comedy at NYU? Is that the question?
Well, the question is like, like the people you did comedy with at NYU.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still doing comedy with them? Like, is it like kind of just like
Oh yeah.
same friend group and everything?
Yeah. I mean, I host a show called Backyard Show that I host with Leanne Velednitsky, who we met
Yep.
because we both
Shout
did
out
like
Leanne.
shout out Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Because we both did like improv together at college. Tim Meyer. We were on the same shout out Tim Meyer.
He's on a different app.
Yes. We were on the same improv team too. And then like a lot of the other NYU comedians, like I definitely see a lot. Like we're not necessarily like doing comedy together, but like we're all around, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the reason I'm asking is because coming to New York for me personally felt like another freshman year, where it's like even though I had been out of college for several years before coming here, it's like, oh, now I'm meeting all these people again. It's freshman year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that wasn't the case for you? Do you feel like you are already like because you graduated, but then you're with the same people, so it's not a freshman year experience?
Yeah.
Or does it still have that flavor because you're going the mics with these new other people?
Yeah, that's a good cue. The transition from college.
What's your A?
That's your question. The transition from college to postgrad was really easy because I had already been living here. I mean, I still had to like meet a lot of other people doing comedy in the city. I mean, like, yeah, NYU's big, but like we're not making up everyone.
Right.
Benny.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't yeah.
I'm so defensive and angry.
Do you think NYU is a stigma? Or you can answer that question after.
Do I think it's a stigma? Not really anymore, but I think when I was going to school there and like recently after I graduated, I think I felt like people hated NYU, which is fine. And if they do, I don't feel attached to that at all.
Yeah, I have no.
Yeah.
To me, it's a place where my friends went to school.
Right. There's 20,000 people who go there for undergrad and 20,000 people who go there for graduate school. Like, it's so big, which makes me feel like if you hate it, like, you know, like you
That's
don't
so
hate me.
Yeah.
I'm
if
too
you hate
little.
NYU, you're claiming that you hate Rebecca Weiser, and that's a.
And you know what?
that's
I
anti-Semitic.
accept that. Anti-Semitism that I accept. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't remember what we were talking about. Going from high school to college was really hard.
That's what we're talking about.
That was really hard. I almost transferred.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, why is that? Is it because like, the city and everything?
The city, it's just so big. Like it's just a really hard adjustment.
What was like the pace of life or like the like?
Yeah, I think everything. Like
NYU's downtown, right? So is that that's got to be part of it? Like Manhattan's so fucking dense.
Yeah.
It's tricky for me to come to New York, and I've lived in Philadelphia for years. So even coming here, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" You know what I mean?
It's a crazy adjustment. It took me years to adjust to living here, and I still don't know if I live here correctly, and that's not cool.
feels like a clock falling over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of gears that are all like whirring and clicking together, but the whole clock is like rotating, and you're like, you think it's all gonna break. And a lot of it is breaking. People are getting hurt and shit constantly.
Right. And like you're getting hurt in the way
Yes.
as well. Like you no longer become an individual. You're just like racing around. Yeah. Yeah, it was hard. I was in a school. I was in the College of Arts and Science, so like not the Tisch, the art school, and people like were really unfriendly in all my classes because they were like big lectures, and I guess I like knew that going in that my classes would be big, but I thought people would be like friendlier and wanting to like make friends in classes. I liked the people in my dorm, but you just like, if I was like, oh, like if I don't make concrete plans to like see someone like all the time, I will be walking around and I like won't know or recognize anyone. And that is just sort of like an isolating feeling.
Do you feel like, did you not join the club until a bit later? Because I feel like clubs are a great way to be like, we have a set meeting time and a point.
I joined so many I signed up for so many clubs. I did get on my improv team freshman year, but I think like the seniors at the time were just like not super, this wasn't like their top priority. So like community building like wasn't really a part of it. So like I didn't really feel friends with my improv team until like my sophomore year. Yeah.
And that's a big deal, I feel like.
Yeah. It's a whole year of sort of
that's
like doing
of,
something and being like, who are these people?
What the hell? But why'd you stick with that? You liked improv enough to stick in there, but
I stayed. I think I was just like ultimately by the end of the year I had made like a lot of really good friends, and I was starting to like see potential in staying there, and also like transferring seemed insurmountably hard as well.
Yeah, it seems, yeah. Actually, I had bad grades early on in college, so I tried to switch majors, and they were like, your grades have to be good to switch majors. And I'm like, my grades are bad because I am not understanding what's going on. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, why are they making you stay?
They forced me to do it, so I fucking.
What were you trying to switch from?
Computer science to fashion.
Oh my god.
I'm glad they didn't let me. I hate fashion. I'm so glad that didn't work.
Wow,
but,
fashion.
Yeah.
I can see that for you though.
But no, yeah, I think it's now I'm like, I think fashion's like an evil industry. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to go from a hard science to like a soft science. So instead I went to comedy.
Yeah, fashion is a classic soft science. I studied another soft science, sociology. Not quite as scientific as fashion though.
I don't know much about sociology. I mean, I know it's the study of groups of people and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know too much about it either.
Oh, word. Okay.
No. Yeah, it's the study of like, society and like social structures and that kind of thing. It was so rom-com. Vague. It was such a vague.
What is there a specific
field?
What are the jobs that are meant for that?
So there's like research stuff. Like you can become a researcher, and you can like, gosh, I know what it is, but for some reason I'm like unable to articulate it right now that I'm in the hot seat.
A sociologist.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh god, like studying like social trends and like, is this,
you do like polling and
I
stuff?
have to stop talking.
No worries.
I can't do this. This was so hard. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry, NYU.
Maybe NYU should have a stigma for not teaching
sociology better. That's true, you guys.
I felt like I went to Drexel in Philadelphia, studied computer science, and I felt like they really did a bad job, or they really made it really inaccessible for like just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
The first year is like really very like handholdy, and they're like, here's how this works, check this out, this is this language, does this, all this stuff. And then the second year, they're like, all right, now code this entire other thing in a language you've never taught you. And we're like, well, you didn't teach us this language. And they're like, you have to figure it out. And it's like, I mean, there's too much, which is something that you do have to do in computer science. That element of you have to figure it out. But they should have like taught also that. They should have been like, hey, the whole point is that you have to figure it out. And they never told us that. They're just like, I don't know. It's like a real sink or swim type bullshit.
Right.
Thing.
They like punished you without really giving you a reason as to why they were doing it.
Yes.
And you're like, where's my motivation to do this?
Yeah, repeatedly.
You assholes.
Yeah. There were several classes where they were like, yeah, you have to go code an alarm clock in like Python. And I'd be like, I've never done Python. Or like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds really hard. I took a what?
I think it's a lot. That's the thing is I think part of it is I think it's a lot easier. I think computer science is much easier than people give it credit for. But there's all this bullshit and gatekeeping and jargon that makes it sound harder than it is. And so people from the outside are like, "Whoa, that's hard." And it's like, "No, dude, I'm just making something like count to what time it is, and or like if it's this time, it goes beep." You know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
That sounds incredibly difficult to me. I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds impossible.
I don't know. I think they make it sound impossible, but it doesn't have to. You were about to say?
Oh, I took a web design class my senior year because I was like, this is gonna be like easy. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna do web design, whatever. And we had to make like a basic HTML website and. At that point, I had completely checked out, and it was like so hard for me. And I ultimately took it like pass fail because I was like, there is no way I am going to like.
Oh yeah, get anything.
This is gonna tank my GPA.
Yep.
But we had to do like part of it was like Photoshop. Like they taught us the very basics of Photoshop, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fine.
Fun.
That's intuitive. That's like. The thing
Photoshop
with like,
is not intuitive.
You don't think so?
No. You think so?
I think to some degree.
Okay.
It's like the pen. The pen. Well, it looks like a pen is a pen and all that stuff.
The pen is a pen. True.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you want to do like a certain filter, you have to like go like insert Gaussian
you're
blur.
right. You're right.
60%, and
you're
it's
right.
like, what is that?
There's levels to how intuitive stuff is. It's like the surface level stuff, like cropping and shit, is very obvious, but like the
cropping's always been so accessible.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I like the magic wand tool.
I love the magic wands.
That's great.
That's a good tool. I learned how to remove the background or select the subject in Photoshop, and that's a good trick.
Do you use magic wand or do you do something else for that?
No, you like it does it for you.
Really?
It's really cool.
Oh, I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, they can do anything.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta look
think
into
it
tools
goes
more.
computer scientists and then people who know Photoshop.
That's probably true. I think if you, especially you ever like 3D modeling stuff, that shit's like.
I've never done that.
That's a whole That's awesome. That shit's cool as hell.
Yeah. Those people deserve everything in this world. Anything they want, they should be able to have.
And then they're paid like not appropriately. Like, you know that studio that did Life of Pi or whatever, they like shut down.
Oh, I didn't know
like,
that.
I don't know. Point is,
damn,
artists aren't paid enough money.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
What's your favorite medium?
What's my favorite medium? I love typewriter.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. Some people will have an actual typewriter.
No, I don't have a typewriter. What's your favorite medium?
Video game.
Okay. Okay, nice. What is actually my favorite medium? I guess like TV or a movie. Television, film. Also drawing.
Ooh.
Drawing.
Do you draw?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I used to. Yeah, I used to draw. I want to get more into drawing. Like, I feel like I don't have a lot of hobbies anymore. And I want to, explore those and do more things.
Is there something that you've lost in particular that you're like, I want to get back to that?
Yeah, I think so. I used to, like, draw a lot when I was, like, a kid and stuff in, like, high school. And I think it's just nice to do something creative that you're not trying to like profit off of or make a career out of.
Yeah. Do you feel like stand up because it's something we're trying to make a career out of, it's no longer a hobby, it's like sort of a second job? That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really feel like it's a hobby. I feel like if someone was like, oh, stand-up's just your hobby, I'd be like offended.
Sometimes when people tell me stand-up is their hobby,
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of the way.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're doing it at the open mics, I'm like, there's people there who are working for like on work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would even go a step further. Get out of the way and step in front of a bus.
But
So that's what I think about that.
yeah, you're raising the importance of having fun in your life.
I would like to bring up the notion of having fun today.
Yes.
I'd love us to talk about what it means to have fun.
What does it mean for you to have fun?
Wow, what does it mean to have fun? You know, I think it's okay. It's what everyone's talking about, you know, that thing flow. When you're in a flow state.
Absolutely.
And you're like, oh, I don't care about the outcome. I'm just enjoying the process.
100%. That's how I get that the most from video games.
You do?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Do you get that from drawing?
I mean, I haven't drawn in so long that I don't even remember, which is kind of sad. But I think I get that like in performing sometimes, and
do you get it from
biking
writing?
And stuff. I love to bike.
Like around a park?
Yeah.
No, I bike around. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you go to like the park and bike?
Yeah, sometimes. My roommate is like a huge biker though. Like she's biking like 60 miles a day.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she's like a race bicyclist.
That's so much.
I know, it's crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's a flow state.
I want more flow state activities though, you know.
You should game. You should play video games.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you playing these days?
I'm playing Lego Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh. Hell yeah.
The Lego games are fantastic.
Are they?
They're really, really good. They take like movie properties and they like do bits on them. And then it's like Lego stuff, so all pieces break and shit.
That sounds really fun. I have bad like hand-eye coordination. I feel like video games have always been hard for me.
First person stuff, I imagine, particularly.
Oh yeah, like the one where you have to like move the camera. So hard.
Yeah. You saying, oh, the one where you have to move the camera. I'm like, oh, you really don't play video games. That's like
I really don't play video games.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's like you have a you have a barely cursory knowledge of the term, so that's so funny.
RPG cameras. Smash Brothers.
Do you get into a flow state reading?
Sometimes.
Depends on the book, right? It's like
you said writing?
Or
writing sometimes.
Well, reading in this case, but also writing.
Yeah, sometimes. How do you always get it when you do video games?
Consistently.
Wow.
But also depends on the game.
Like time just passes you by.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I play Minecraft, I will lose the entire day if I'm not paying attention.
Wow. Yeah. In a way that you like, or are you like, oh, I feel like I quote unquote wasted my time? That's
a good question. I would definitely say that Minecraft for me at this point really depends, where it's like if it's a new okay, the thing is like what I like with video games is experiencing something new, experiencing a new story, new gameplay, having fun in that capacity. If I'm playing Minecraft, I only like doing it again when it's a new update and they've added stuff to the game, so I can go like, ooh, let me get the turtles. You know what I mean? Or playing if you play a narrative game, it'll be like you play it once and it's like reading a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of to answer your question from a different perspective is like, you know how when you watch Bojack now, it's like you're doing the dishes or something?
Yeah.
That's kind of Minecraft for me. I'm doing it while I'm listening to a podcast intently or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like only one thing you can pay attention. Like it's something you're hardly paying attention to.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Do you get into if you get into a flow state, what do you get the most flow state? Like what's your peak? Podcasting.
Yeah, podcasting. Where has the time gone? I don't know. I guess the way I'm interpreting that question is like, what am I getting the most joy from?
Honestly, yeah.
I would say like performing brings me a lot of joy, and it's just the thing I've been doing like the most frequently. So that's just the thing I would say first. Yeah.
And like, I guess that is a different question because that is the most joy, which is good. Which is good.
But I guess it's not like the flow.
Because it's like if you get like 10 minutes of flow state, that's not, you know what I mean? If you're looking for that flow state.
I don't know. I don't think I've been getting much flow state recently. I haven't been flowing as much as I could.
Is that why you got to get another side hobby? You got to get a side hobby that gets you the flow.
I got to draw and bike and read and feel the grass under my toes.
You gotta run around barefoot. Yeah.
I gotta run around barefoot in Brooklyn.
I think part of why video games keep you in a flow state so well is because they kind of hold you to task.
Yeah.
They go, you have to pay attention, otherwise your character will die. Whereas like a book or something doesn't say, hey, if you're not paying attention to a book, the book is the book.
It would be great if a book could have those kinds of stakes, though.
Yeah, it'd be cool. If you don't read it correctly, Harry Potter dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but maybe painting or something that has a similar. If you aren't actively paying attention, the paint will dry or whatever.
I know, and my attention span is just so bad, you know, from my addiction to my phone and other things.
Do you get into a flow state on your phone?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
On TikTok? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Maybe that could be. Maybe you could. What if you tried to gamify? What if you tried to like hobbyify TikTok, and like focus on like do a sociological study on TikTok?
I hate that phrase, hobbyify TikTok.
Yeah.
It's sickening.
I'm trying to bring more joy into your life. If it sounds like you are looking for a new hobby.
Yeah, but I'm fine. Okay,
you're fine. You're fine.
Fine.
Oh, you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay, I don't have to worry about you. Like I'm not. I don't have to fret.
About me.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm fretting, so I'll stop.
Please don't fret. Yeah. I can't stand when you fret.
I'm like, oh my God, Rebecca's never ending a flow state. We change this. I got to give you like a puzzle to take home.
You should ask all your guests that. You should be like, when are you entering a flow state? How often are you supposed to even be in a flow state? Do we know?
Like, is it bad for you to regularly be in a flow state? That's it. Wow, I assume it's fine or good.
I mean, it's probably fine. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely fine.
Oh, is it bad though?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine.
But if it, I would say it's probably a little bit good, because if it feels good,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just joy. Or do you think it was maybe bad because of stress?
Wait, I thought you were saying it's fine to not have it a lot. What were you saying?
Oh wait, to have it.
Oh, to have it. No, I think that's good.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. It's like
misunderstanding.
I thought you were saying like, is having a flow state inherently good? And I'm like, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, misunderstood.
Oh, maybe I just said it wrong or thought it wrong.
I'll take the blame. I'll take the fall for
Hell
that
yeah,
one.
Rebecca takes the fall. 1 point, Benny. Conversational point.
And one large 0 for me.
I feel like the
with
goal.
A smiley face on the inside.
Like a demerit.
Yeah.
I feel like the goal with a conversation, especially like a podcast conversation, is to get to a flow state. Yeah. And it's like if I'm talking to somebody and we're not entering a flow state, that's when it feels like a bad conversation. Mm-hmm. It's like if they're not letting it be natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Screech!
Yeah.
We'd crash this car.
I know.
We get self-conscious.
That is like the thought that gives me a lot of anxiety, I think. You know? like judging conversations like while it happens, I think gets in the way of me being able to like flow with a friend.
Oh, I feel you. Yes, you like the natural flow. I do think when I'm talking to somebody, it's less. I'm not like harshly judging, but I'm thinking like I want to be more receptive or focus on this thing or etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say you're a good conversationalist.
I try.
I've enjoyed the conversations we've had.
Hell yeah. You as well.
Oh
I like
my God.
talking to you a lot when I see you.
Thank God.
Had you on the pod.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God. Huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Yeah.
Imagine if I was like, you're horrible and I only had you on the pod to show face.
So the world can see.
to just, yeah. Like a prank.
Yeah. Oh
the
my gosh.
slowest burn prank.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, that's why it's happening. It's a prank. But you know, that's fine. That's something else.
But you know, I can definitely like if I meet somebody new or something, I don't know, I try like, especially in a comedy context, I try not to talk about comedy. So I feel like talking about comedy hyper stilts the conversation in a way where you're like, I know this mic. You know what I mean? I like to be like, yo, y'all, have you guys seen Finding Nemo? What the hell? Finding Nemo, how do you get lost?
You're just working on your Finding Nemo material. You're like, I'm not going to talk about comedy. I'm just going to work out my type 5 on Nemo. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think, you know, being like, oh, how long have you been doing comedy? What mics do you go to? It doesn't really like lend itself to like a deeper convo. Oh yeah, I mean, even you saying those questions now made my like as it almost sounded as if they were. I'm like, oh no, fucking have to answer those again. I know, it's kind of stressful. And then I think when people ask how long you've been doing comedy, they like size you up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's a clear size up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask somebody that if they're being rude to me and I want to size them up. You know what I mean? If somebody's being rude, I don't know. Not usually. I try to be kind when people are being rude to me.
Yeah.
But if somebody's being rude to me, I'm like, so how long have you been doing comedy? I don't know.
And usually, are you the winner of that situation?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm
You're
sort
like
of
4 months, and I'm going on the late night tonight.
Honestly, I'm kind of this is sort of a false scenario. I don't really do that. I'm trying to like paint myself as a villain in some capacity, but
you could never. You would never.
I don't actually do that. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
What do you do if somebody's being rude to you?
I usually don't really say anything. Yeah.
You just like clam up?
I get a little clammy. I wish I didn't. I wish I had amazing retorts all the time. But yeah, I can be a little clammy, or or it depends how intimidated I am by that person. If I'm intimidated by them and they're being rude to me, then that's a bad feeling and I'll get clammy. But if I don't care about them, maybe I'll be able to be a little retorty.
Have you been?
People should be more rude to me so I can try out this theory.
Folks, be rude to Rebecca.
I'm trying to be brave.
Well, people honestly, when people are rude to me, I do get like just like I go kinder, just to like partly just for okay. The real reason I do it is because like often if people are being rude to me in comedy, I'm like, oh, they don't know that I'm funny like yet,
right?
And so or they don't know that I'm like friends with all their friends and a good comedian or whatever.
Yeah.
And that whatever my brag is in my head, and so I'm like, I'm gonna be kind. I'm just like gonna be kind to them, and so that there will be egg on their face mentally when they. That's me sort of going like I'm not gonna be rude because I like that. Okay.
No,
this
I
sort
get
of
what I get what
vindictive
you're
moment
saying,
of embarrassment where like I go on stage, have a good set or something, and then I say them again, and then they're nice to me, and I'm like, that's correct. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think that's what all of our teachers and parents would tell us to do, to kill them with kindness. Sometimes I think
Feels a little vindictive though.
How are people being rude to you without, like, are people like being unfriendly or like cold, or are people like actually like being unkind towards you?
Honestly, it's mostly unfriendly and cold.
Yeah.
It's rare that people are genuinely unkind.
Yeah.
That happens occasionally.
Yeah.
But pretty consistently, people just don't want to meet me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say because I've talked about this before on the podcast, but it's just like something about my vibe is like people don't inherently think that this random white guy is going to be like funny. I don't know. So it's like I mean, I don't know. It does feel like a weird vindictive thing to be like, let me just be nice. It feels rude of me in my head to do it to them like that, but it's like they were rude to me. So I don't mind kind of showing them up or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Just, be so nice to them and then absolutely crush your set and then watch them bomb and be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not rooting for them to bomb.
No.
I don't know.
And sorry, I didn't mean to imply that. I just mean anyone who would be unfriendly towards you is
more likely to bomb. Unfriendly people are less funny usually.
Sometimes, though, I think that comedy settings can be intimidating or challenging to navigate, and people are unfriendly not because they're like trying to be rude, but because they're like shy or nervous or anxious.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And so I'm also looking for that. I'm also trying to, like, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt to some degree.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like, if somebody's being like, just they don't want to talk to me or something, or just generally like in their own head, I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm usually looking for, if they say some specific thing that is like if they say some shit like, how long you been doing it?
Right.
I'm like, get the fuck.
Right.
Shut up. You know what I mean?
Everyone ask Benny how long he's been doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get yours.
Sometimes people want to know though too. Sometimes people
sure.
are like, I want to know how long people are doing comedy. Sometimes,
yeah,
it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of the most interesting things about someone.
What do you think is the most interesting thing about someone?
Oh my gosh, these questions. They're really thinkers, aren't they?
Yeah, I like making people go, what the heck?
The most interesting thing about someone?
Yeah. It's a contained idea.
Can you say yours first?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have one yet. That's why.
Fair enough.
I can think about it at the same time as you.
I think it's interesting to hear about people's like stories about their lives, and like growing up and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Who they were as
kids and stuff.
Yeah. What
they're afraid of, Oh
yeah.
I feel like that used to be the big thing, was like, what's your deepest insecurity? That's always fun, but I don't know if that's really fun anymore.
Don't worry, I won't ask you.
Please don't. You won't be able. It's not what you think.
Well, I'm not gonna ask, so it doesn't matter.
Good, because it's really crazy.
Do you want me to ask?
No.
Oh. I would say something. I always find people like past relationships interesting, either family or exes.
Oh yeah, that's dating history is interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. It's juicy.
Because that the way they talk about it reveals a lot about both them and them. The reveals only stuff about them, nothing about the other person usually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Some stuff about the other person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. I don't know. Is it the most interesting thing? If you met somebody new, what's like not an opening question, but like, what would you want to know about them?
I like to know, I don't mind like small talk kind of thing.
We opened with the weather.
Yeah. I like talking about the weather, but like, I think for me, I like to ease up into knowing someone. So if we have to talk about sort of like basic shit, like where they're from or what they do, I'm okay. I like to know that about a person. Maybe that's a little sizey up, but it's also just like one of the questions we ask in our lives.
Outside of Boston, lesser than me.
Jewish.
Jewish. No, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
What's
What
the
else?
sizey uppy element of?
I don't know. Like, what do you do? I guess. Like, what do you do for work?
Oh, for
Kinda
sure.
Feel like kind of sizey.
That's people going, because I can when people do that people are going salary check, like
Yeah.
they're going like
Right.
intelligence check, salary
Higher
check,
education
your
check.
entire background. Yeah.
Yeah. Degree check. I like
Rude ass. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's not a rude ass question. It's how you approach it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I ask somebody what they do, I would want to know what they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm, you know.
And then I'll ask that, and then I like to ask what people do like outside of work, or like how they spend their days, like, you know, and that kind of thing. I'm just getting to know someone, you know?
Yeah.
They're interesting because I don't know them. Wow.
Wow, yeah. So the most interesting thing about a new person is that the unique things about them that make them unique.
Oh my God.
is the interesting
and that
unique
took
things
me
about them.
4 minutes to say.
Well, we had to get there. We had to
get there.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Because it's like the most interesting thing about somebody isn't going to be like that they're from Boston.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's going to be but that helps paint a picture of, and then you can jump off from there and go, okay, how did that? Oh, then moving from Boston to New York was a big jump. You know what I mean? So it's like I can see
It paints a canvas.
Yeah. How we doing on? Oh shit, we're at an hour 10. We went a little over. I actually thought we were almost gonna hit it.
Okay.
Shit, fuck. Delete 10 minutes. Fuck.
Delete
so
the
we can wrap
worst
up. We
10
can wrap up the
minutes.
first half then.
Okay.
We and then in the second half, we'll I'll ask you what your deepest insecurity is.
Yes. But you have to pay. You have to pay to find out, and
That's
it's
right.
not what you think, and it's really actually insane, and it's gonna change your sense of reality. Thanks for listening.
That's absolutely great. Do you have anything to plug? Do you have any shows coming up?
I host 2 shows, Power Suit and Backyard Show, and they're both really fun, and you should come check them out. The next one is Power Suit, October 26th, Wednesday at Club Cumming. Thank you.
Woo! And then I just taped that other show. It'll be out soon. That's all I got. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I hope we
Peace out.
entered a flow.
I think we did. I mean, sometimes I feel like last final thought is sometimes I feel like I enter a flow state and then I'm just talking and I'm like, oh wait, I have to like stop just shouting words. You know what I mean?
No, I'm grateful for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you grateful for your thoughtful answers to my insane questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Part 2 coming up. Bye.